Have you ever heard of Candyman?
No.
His right hand is sawn off. He has a hook jammed in the bloody stump.
That's not the way you're supposed to do it, Dad. They want us to do it this
I don't
way.
know that way. Why would they change math? Math is math.
okay,
Math
Dad.
is math.
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
I'm Romero,
And I'm Chris.
and we're the non-experts.
We're not therapists
We're lawyers.
or firefighters.
We don't have any licenses or degrees
So join us as we talk about news and pop culture and say whatever we want.
because we're the non-experts.
I don't know. I don't even know how to start this. Although this might just be the way we started, just being like, hello.
I feel like that's how we always start every episode. It's just awkwardly like, so, hey guys,
Right.
we're back.
Well, I mean, we are. Hello, if you're listening. I do want to remind everybody, though, that you can also see us, our beautiful faces. We are now recording video. I think the fact that we're remote makes it so much. If you don't know what I'm laughing at, well, then obviously you're not watching.
You need to watch the video.
Exactly. I think recording this remotely makes it much easier because, everybody has a laptop or, a webcam to do this. Whereas if we were like in a studio, it'd be much harder because then I feel like there's that incentive to make it look good. You know what I mean? Like to make it look high quality. Whereas here it's like, it's, they did it over the internet. So it's
fine. It's
right.
fine. Yeah.
So,
Totally
but yeah,
agree.
go ahead and head over to YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, and you can watch us and enjoy all the shenanigans visually. So, that's my announcement. I also have another surprise for you, which I didn't tell you about prior. I don't know if it's going to work. I only tested it once. Go ahead and, to help me illustrate, go ahead and make a really bad dad joke.
Oof. Okay. Why are koalas not considered actual bears?
Why?
They don't meet the koalifications.
Did you hear that?
I love
You can
it.
hear that?
I love it. Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I got a little soundboard app that I thought would be fun. Although I'm probably gonna forget that it's over here.
Is that what was over there with the casino ad on the side?
Yeah,
Okay.
there was an ad. Yeah.
When you flipped the camera, I was like, that looks like a. No, he would have said something about it. Maybe I'm just looking at that wrong.
Surprise.
Sneaky
Yeah,
dog.
there's a ton of them in here. Although like some of them are really weird. Like there's a guy that says like probably can't even find it.
Come on.
Yeah, like what is that? It's just someone saying
That was. I thought that was you saying that.
no,
Like,
it's the sound. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see. There's a scream. It's terrifying.
This is great.
There's a toilet flush.
I think that should be our intro for Florida every week. It's the toilet bowl of the United States. And we're the toilet bowl of the world, so it all works out.
There's applause. Yay! Woo. But yeah, like I said, there's a ton in here. I'm probably gonna forget it's over here, but I figured add a little bit of spice and make things a little bit more funny.
There you go.
So.
Just sprinkle that on there, yeah? Sprinkle those ad libs in there.
Right.
That's actually
All right.
great. I'm glad you did that.
Oh,
I
well,
am glad you did that.
you're welcome. Like I said, I hope I can remember. Like,
Right.
oh, there's a sound for that, but I mean, we'll see. So. All right. So I think to start, this was actually relatively recent news. And we kind of have a segment later that will delve more into, more of this topic. But this one I figured got its own little spot because I did not know that this existed. But there is apparently a Candyman reboot that I had no idea existed. I didn't even know about it. I had no clue.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. And Anyway, so it has a new release date in 2021. Actually, August 27th, 2021. It's supposed to come out this year, but everything's getting rescheduled, so might as well. The big thing is that it's written. Nice. It's written by Jordan Peele, which we both are fans of, and we kind of have talked about before. Like, he made this huge transition from comedy to horror, which I think suits him well.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I had no idea this was a thing.
I remember watching the teaser or whatever when it came out. Well, there was a full blown trailer. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check that out. But I mean, pretty much if he puts his name on it, I'm gonna check it out. Because that's how it works, with certain directors, writers, whatever. If they're attached to a project, you're automatically more interested.
Right.
So I'm not a big scary movie guy. You knew that though.
Oh yeah, I know that.
So
yeah.
Every time I'm like, oh. But then I'm like, okay, Get Out wasn't scary. Us wasn't scary. But this one just feels like,
Right. Well, I don't think the original Candyman was even really that scary either. So unless they're taking it to the next level, I hate that phrase, but unless they're making this reboot well, like how they did with the original TV limited series of It from the 90s with Tim Curry. Nobody thinks that's scary, and then in 2017 they made the remake, and that was apparently much scarier. So whether or not they're going to do the same thing with this, I have no idea. But I don't think the original Candyman was that scary. I mean, it's a good movie. I didn't think it was scary.
Yeah, I've honestly never seen the original to really know one way or another. Like I said, well, first of all, let me read his name again, because I always feel like I'm going to screw it up. So I'm just gonna just
I think
read
I know
it
the name
one
you're
time.
talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Where'd it go? Yeah, Yahya Abdul Mateen
There's more.
the second.
Yes. No, yeah, that's it. That's correct. Yeah. Yahya Abdul
There's a lot of
Mateen
pressure.
the second. Yeah.
A lot of pressure. No, but I think he's a great actor. Everything that I've ever seen him in, I thoroughly enjoyed. He just seems to kill it with every role. So I'm definitely looking forward to his performance, along with Jordan Peele's involvement. So it definitely should be interesting. And I do like that they're like, well, this was definitely meant to be enjoyed in a theatrical setting. So we're not going to just push it out to streaming and buying online and everything like a lot of people did this year. Because I think Disney got tired of pushing stuff back, and they were like, okay, whatever. Mulan, we're just going to make you buy.
Yeah.
We'll keep pushing back our Marvel movies and stuff, but Mulan, just go ahead and buy it, because just have it,
Right.
And we mentioned there's some other things that we'll talk about later that are getting pushed back, but I like that they stuck with, no, we want to do a theatrical release for this.
Right.
It's definitely meant to be enjoyed in that medium. So I look forward to it. If and when I step foot into a theater again, hopefully it's to go see Candyman. I'll put on my big boy pants for that one. All right, so Chris, I'm sure you know by now, and some of our audience knows, this is the best place for political banter. We are definitely political pontificators, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, in political news, 50 Cent
Yes.
has endorsed Donald Trump.
Right.
Now, here's why, though. He's not a big fan of Joe Biden's tax proposal or his tax plan.
Right.
So if Joe Biden wins, he says he's going to leave the U.S. He feels that, where to go? Because I thought this was pretty funny. He thinks that all the rich people are going to leave. Yeah. Explain 62% to me. I'm packing my bags. Everybody that has money is gonna move. He's just convinced that, like,
Right.
I saw the numbers the other day, like, briefly, and I was like, I could see why you would be upset about it.
Right.
But I just thought that was so hilarious, which, by the way, 50 Cent is known for being petty, and, like, just saying little crazy stuff. I just thought it was funny that he was like, even if Trump doesn't like black people, he's got my endorsement because I like his tax plan. What?
It's funny because you normally hear people saying, like, if he wins the election, then they're gonna move. You know, like you hear people go like, "Oh, I'm gonna move to Canada or New Zealand or something." You know, so I think this is the first time I've ever heard anybody say that they're gonna leave if he loses, which I think is pretty funny.
Right? I just thought that was like literally for that reason.
Right.
I think it's hilarious. Also, it always cracks me up when I see Chelsea Handler's name attached to him. Anyway, so she's not happy about it, by the way.
Well, that's kind of a given.
You know?
It's
and then
Chelsea
there's good
Handler.
old Tommy Loren, who everybody
Our
loves
friend Tommy, yeah.
so much. Oh God. We talked about her with the Cardi B thing. That's a throwback. If you really mess with this show like that, you remember it.
Yep, that's a deep cut.
She's welcoming 50 Cent to the Republican Party. I would like to think him being around her would just make him go, yeah, never mind. I'll suck up the 62%.
Right.
And she praised him for joining the Trump train. Which
is that a thing?
I was gonna say I don't
People
think I know
saying
a
the Trump
cringier.
train.
I don't think I've heard a cringier slogan than Trump train
Right.
in the last 4 to 5 years. It's getting weird at this point.
Yeah.
The infatuation with this guy is like,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for this all to be one big satirical, like, you know, because it is kind of funny when you take out the realism of it all.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are crazy for this man, and this guy's a lunatic.
Yeah.
He had corona, and like 2 days later, he's parading around with no mask and a large crowd. Like, hello?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, yeah, ooh, it's fake anyway. Okay.
What I think is funny, especially about his tweet, was the way he almost makes it sound like it's so fantastical the way he says, like, oh, everyone's going to be packing their bags and moving, you know, anyone who has money, as if it's like some giant spaceship that everyone's going to, like, you know, come prancing onto and like waving everyone goodbye, like, see you later, you know, like it just seems so.
They're going to hop on a big cruise ship.
Right, yeah.
It's going to be a caravan.
Instead of throwing confetti. Yeah. It's like they're throwing just like dollar bills instead of confetti. Like, goodbye, poor people.
Enjoy your 62%.
Right.
I just thought that was so funny, being who he is. Just to hear him like over a text plan be like, nah, I'm leaving.
Right.
To me, it was just funny. It's such a stupid thing, though. Chris, just listen. Do you hear it? Do you hear it in the background?
Oh, is that a train?
We're gonna keep on trucking on with the Trump train here, because in other Trump-related news,
yes,
like I said, clearly the best place for political commentary.
Yeah.
I mean, we're up there with Trevor Noah, Bill Maher. We're up there,
right?
Along with your crazy president. He's got his crazy followers. So there's a lady who doesn't know how they got there. But let me just get the story out of the way first.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I think so.
Okay. Trump yard sign rigged with razor blades left town worker needing 13 stitches.
Oh my gosh.
You might be asking yourself now, what? Okay, we're just going to get a little deeper here.
Right.
So the worker, was doing his job. He was trying to move a sign that was too close to the road. And then just slices his fingers because he was cut by razor blades that had been attached to the bottom of the sign. So, this is in Michigan, by the way. So, of course, he's like, why would somebody set a booby trap? You clearly are trying to hurt someone. Like, why would you even put razors on a sign? And the homeowner claims she's had several Trump signs stolen, including a banner. So clearly, like, the fact that you even said that makes it evident that you did this to prevent it from happening again.
Right. Yeah.
Which is wrong. Like, obviously, if you're just replacing them like that, it's not that hard. It's also political season, so you can go get a sign, I'm pretty sure, anywhere.
Yeah.
But like, you told on yourself. Well, I've had several signs and a banner stolen.
Right.
So what you're implying is that you rigged
just
this
played
one,
yourself.
So nobody. Thank you, DJ Khaled. So she said that the signs had been disappearing and everything, but she was unaware of the razor blades.
Right.
Have you ever had somebody just place a randomly booby trap thing in your possession and you just had no idea?
I personally haven't, but
I
apparently
just
this
don't
lady
understand. Oh, wow. There's razors on that thing? Who'd have known?
Huh, wow.
Wow. The butterfly.
Yeah.
Is this assault? I'm pretty sure that's not okay, lady. Just what's wrong with you? The sheriff's office is investigating it, of course.
Yeah.
But I just thought this was so crazy. Like, it's that important to you.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I see how somebody's stealing your signs and because people, like, with their Trump signs, they're everywhere, and I've seen huge flags and everything. So I get how you could be annoyed that people keep, like, taking them. But is it really that deep?
Right.
I'm gonna show you. You try to take my sign again, and I'm gonna slice you.
Right. And see, this, I think I said this before, but it's borderline cult. You know what I mean? Like, it's very odd how into, and I'm not saying you can't support whoever you want to support. Like, that's your God-given American right to support whoever you want. But when it gets to this level, you know what I mean? Like, take a step back and maybe think, like, maybe this isn't a good idea. And, like, to just dial it down. That's really all I'm asking. Is just to dial it down, because it is way too much.
Like I said, I'm okay with it. Do your thing. Wear all the red hats you want. Wear all the shirts you want. Have all the bumper stickers you want. Like, whatever. That's on you. I don't remember it being as weird and over the top, but like I said, I was younger, but I know it happened with Obama. There was T-shirts and stuff everywhere, but I just don't ever remember it being this weird. And like, God, relax, okay? Like, it's fine. Feel free to support him, vote for him every day. I don't care. But the weird stuff it's gone too far. You're smacking people with flagpoles, getting hit for assault on a minor.
Right.
You're cutting people's hands open because you're booby trapping your signs. Like, let's take a stop on the Trump train real quick and just evaluate the rules of this locomotive. Like, maybe let's not do this on the train. Assault is never okay, regardless of what political party you support. That's all I got to say about it.
So in this age of coronavirus, a lot of kids have been doing school from home, including yours truly. That's really the only way I've been doing classes, is just online. However, I think that that's kind of almost a acceptable online school. You know what I mean? Like college, like that's just kind of normal. So I think a lot of these kids who are doing it from home for the first time, like, it's a little bit odd. However, that's not what's odd about this next thing that I'm about to share. It is the fact that this teacher, the way that she words this math problem makes it the most confusing thing ever for something that I would imagine is simple because it's for a first grader. But if you can't see this picture, go to the video podcast and watch it. But I will do my best to describe this to you. There's 2 little grocery baskets. And on the one, there's 3 oranges and 2 bananas. And the other one is completely empty. And the problem that, or the sentence that she wrote to go along with the problem, it says, use math drawings to make the pictures equal. Connect them below with an equals sign to make true number sentences. I'm very confused. Like, okay, the first part, make the pictures equal. Okay, like, you could do that a number of ways. But to make true number sentences, like, is that something that I just never learned? Like, what is that?
I think it's just worded oddly enough that you feel like the original way you would think to do it is wrong. Which the original way you think is what she meant, but the way it's worded makes you go, am I tripping? Like, is it? Right. Because the first thing to me was, oh, you just put 5 under the, this basket. Minus 5 equals 0, which is what's in this basket, right?
Yeah.
But like, it's just strange. And then there's only, you just see the 2 pictures and the 2 blanks.
Yeah, and you're like, what am I supposed to do here? Yeah.
Where do I put the equal sign? Where, like, what? So it made me go, am I wrong? Am I missing something? Because as you can see, I'm learning my alphabet. So the math portion, I haven't gotten all the way there yet.
Right.
So
yeah.
It made me
That's
question
next week's lesson. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know if this is the actual solution, but somebody replied to the tweet, the original tweet. And the guy's name is Bill Shalito, at Solid Angles, in case anyone's interested. And give him a shout out. Hey, Bill. He writes, college math instructor here. My thought, make sure that both baskets have the same number of fruit. You could do this by adding 3 oranges and 2 bananas to the right, but you could also add 4 oranges and 2 bananas and then an extra orange to the left. Which, like, okay, the first part, like, adding the same number on the other side. Yeah, that makes sense. But then you complicate it by, like, because then you could add like 10 to the one side, and then like it's a never it's a never ending. You draw 100 oranges, and so it still baffles me. I don't really understand. Although math was never really my strong suit. It was the lowest score I got on my ACT.
And being a comm major when all you need is one math course.
Right.
I did enough.
It's true.
To be necessary throughout life. Like I told you before, the only time I took math serious was 3rd grade with multiplication. I wanted to be the first one done with the multiplication division unit. Stuff like that, though, like, make true number sentences. When it starts to get too confusing, that's when I say, okay, no more math for me.
Close the laptop. We're done. So last week we completely missed the Bomb of the Week segment, which I will admit, that was our bad, but it's evergreen enough right now that I feel like the weight of it really isn't going to, make much difference. Not only because of all the movies, but the one that we mentioned at the beginning of the show having just been announced. So it kind of, ties everything together, which I think is great. Anyway, long segue. A lot of the movies that were planned for release this year have all been, not all, but most have been pushed back, including some of the ones that people were looking forward to. I feel like top of the list I got, and you already mentioned this, the Batman Although that wasn't supposed to come out until next year, but they
Yeah.
pushed it back another year. Yeah, so it's kind of a journey. It was supposed to be June 25th of next year. Then they moved it to October, and then they moved it to March of 2022. So you're going to have to wait.
They moved it from October?
Now it is March 4th, 2022.
I thought October was the new slate and we were good.
Nope.
First of all, October is the best month of the year. My favorite month of the year,
Right.
of course. That sucks.
Yeah.
I was all excited. I was like, okay, October's, that's just a couple more months.
Yeah, you just gotta wait. So another one that got moved that I think a lot of people were anticipating was the Black Widow movie. That was originally supposed to come out this year in May.
Yeah.
Pushed it back to November of this year, but then they pushed it back again to May of next year. So a year from when it was originally supposed to come out. Although that one I don't feel like people were wanting the Black Widow movie, but I don't think as many people were, like excited like the Batman movie.
Well, and I mean, Marvel and the way they've been killing it in the box office. Even their bad movies get so much money
Right.
that they're not going to waste the opportunity to have a theatrical release. Like, they're not just going to throw it on Disney Plus for a purchase because they know they're going to make a money, and they've spent this long working on it, and enough people have asked for it. So that one, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So some of the other movies that I had on here, just because they were ones that I think a lot of people were looking forward to. Dune. I don't know. Did you ever see the trailer for Dune yet?
Is that the one with what's his face, the little guy that everybody's in love with?
Yeah.
Got a nice draw line. Yeah. That
Timothy
guy.
Chalamet. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm actually kind of excited because I read the book in high school, and so I really like. And the original movie was not very good, but anyway, so I was looking forward to this Dune movie. But instead of December of this year, it is now October of 2021, so next year. Wah, wah. And then just a couple of random movies. I don't know if we ever talked about. I think we did. The Ghostbusters sequel, but not like the female Ghostbusters, like with the actual Ghostbusters.
We may have talked about it. It might have been a Who Asked for This thing.
Yeah.
Way back in the olden days.
Yeah. That was supposed to be this year on July 10th, my birthday. It is now pushed to March of 2021. So yeah.
I think originally the headline I saw in regards to it was basically like anything that was Warner Brothers, Lionsgate, and I forgot what the third studio was, but anything that was one of those three studios, which 9 times out of 10 those do overlap, all of it got pushed back almost a full year, if not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense because
Yeah.
as expensive as movies are, especially with effects and everything, like Dune just seems like it was expensive to make.
Oh yeah.
We can't waste all of that time and money to not nearly make that profit back by not having a theater release.
Right.
So they do make sense. It's kind of a bummer when you're looking forward to certain stuff like the Batman, only for it to get pushed back a whole year.
Well, especially since it feels like a lot of people are just like, well, I'm just like sitting around the house already, like I wish we could have a movie to watch, you know what I mean? But it makes sense. We kind of talked about it with the Candyman thing. Like it makes sense. Like you want it to be a theatrically released thing rather than just like, okay, we're just going to push it to, which I'm sure a majority of that has to do with the amount of money, it's going to make.
Yeah,
because,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the Marvel movies, like I said, they know they're going to make their money. The Batman and Spider-Man are like top 2 ever, probably in popularity. So Batman's going to make his money. So why even take the L that you'll take by trying to push it out to streaming services or, pimp it out by saying, purchase it for $15, watch it at home. No, it's not even worth it. So it makes sense.
So as always, it is your favorite time of the show where we talk about the shenanigans that are going on in Florida. And this one I thought was particularly just goofy sounding, and I mean, just overall very stereotypical Florida. But I'll start with the headline. Headline reads, "Man arrested after throwing pumpkin at girlfriend."
Tis the season.
Can't wait to hear how this happened. So the article goes, a man was arrested on domestic battery charges after throwing a pumpkin at his girlfriend. Nathan Garisto, I don't know, 26, was ordered to have no contact with the victim following the incident in the early morning hours on Monday. And this was this past Monday. According to police in the, was it Pinellas County? I don't know. Florida. I can never, ever pronounce these names in these Florida articles. Like, it is always
Florida
ridiculous.
has some weird counties and stuff.
Here we go. The Nathan Garisto, was, quote, heavily intoxicated. Makes sense. While engaged in a verbal argument with his girlfriend when she asked him to leave, and he refused. Following his refusal, Garisto threw the pumpkin at the victim. When police arrived at the scene, the girlfriend was, quote, covered in pumpkin seeds and pulp. Garisto told police he threw the pumpkin at the sliding doors and not at the victim. Right, yeah, sounds like you totally meant to do that. He pleaded not guilty to the misdemeanor charges and was ordered to wear an alcohol monitor due to his past convictions for drunk driving and marijuana possession.
Jeez. Well, first of all, I'm still confused on the answer to my question, because I was wondering, like, maybe they were in the middle of making jack-o'-lanterns not too long before that, and he just got pissed off? Or did you just throw this pumpkin hard enough that it cracked and got pulp? And
right, like, where did this pumpkin come from? Like,
what was the backstory here?
Also, unless you are carving a jack-o'-lantern, do people really have, like, real pumpkins lying around? Like, I always feel like it's always just a fake pumpkin, like, for decoration. I've never heard of anyone having a real pumpkin, unless you're a pumpkin farmer. Yeah. Just, like, lying around, it makes no sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. The context has to be, like, they were making jack-o'-lanterns earlier, or, moments before this, intoxicated stumper. They were making their jack-o'-lanterns, and he said, I've had enough of you. It would have been funnier if he, like, put it on their head. But also, pumpkins can be pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Why would you throw a pumpkin at somebody?
Right, yeah. They're not the lightest of objects. Like, I have to use two hands, like, just to carry one, so I can't imagine, like, unless it's, like, you're, like, throwing a bowling ball or something. Yeah.
You definitely had intent to harm her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
If you throw a pumpkin at somebody, you're trying
I was
to hurt
listening to one of our old episodes, and there was something, I forget what the exact story was, where it was the same kind of situation where somebody threw something at somebody or, like, stabbed him or something.
It was a frozen steak.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't mean to hit him. Like,
it's a frozen piece of meat. You knew that was gonna happen.
Right. Yeah.
There was intent there. There was definitely intent there. You gotta love Florida. That's all I can say. These stories get better and better every week.
Well, on that note, thanks for listening, everybody. I mean, I think the fact that we are able to, like, recall, like, these old episodes is just good enough incentive for people to go back and listen to them, because clearly they're memorable enough to be funny and, like that. So I really hope everybody goes back and listens to those. But I have no way to end this.
That's sometimes you just gotta let it go with the flow. I will say, though, I'm enjoying the fact that our audience now has the option to view us in the flesh. You get to see all the pretty. Oh, see my little Superman curl? Where'd that come from? You get to see us actually enjoy these things and tell, like, these aren't little fake laughs and things like we're just putting together behind the scenes. We're genuinely just talking about stuff that we barely got into earlier. So it always makes this fun. But look forward to more feedback from the people. Hopefully we can get some guests rolling in pretty soon. Reach out if you want to be on. Please do. We'll see you next time.